Mycopunk doesn't care if you've played the hero. You're not one. You're a rejected robot, a metal misfit, a walking bundle of sparks and regrets with one last job before the scrapyard. That's the pitch. The new Atlas Hazard crew isn't saving the galaxy out of pride or principle. They're here because Saxon Corporation dangled a paycheck, maybe some half-hearted benefits, and just enough hope to make you think survival is possible. This isn't a sleek, high-gloss sci-fi epic, it's messy. Mushrooms are eating the planet. Technology is being hijacked by fungal corruption. The ecosystem is actively trying to digest itself, and you're the cleanup crew. It starts simple. Land, shoot, survive. But the deeper you go, the more it becomes clear that this isn't just an outbreak. Something's underneath all of it. Something weird, something corporate. Combat is fast, chaotic, and weirdly satisfying. Your enemies are biomechanical nightmares that drop parts and power-ups. But if you don't grab them fast enough, other enemies can pick them up and evolve. That changes the tempo of every fight. It's not just about what you kill, it's how you kill, when you kill, and how fast you can loot the mess you made. You're constantly making decisions on the fly, improvising around a battlefield that refuses to sit still. That chaos is where Mycopunk shines. And then there's the weapons system. Part mad science, part hardware store. You start with futuristic firearms, sure, but then you start plugging in upgrades. The game uses a grid-based system that feels a little like building a war machine in Tetris, except the blocks are flamethrowers, buzzsaws, and experimental alien tech. The beauty is in the flexibility. There's no right way to build. You want a shotgun that sets enemies on fire and siphons health while doubling as a zipline? Go for it. You want a nail gun that stuns enemies and summons a decoy? Sure, it's ridiculous, but also surprisingly strategic. Every piece adds to the puzzle, and every mission gives you more to play with. Where Mycopunk really hooks you, though, is how it leans into synergy, not just between your own gear, but across your entire squad. One player might specialize in crowd control while another focuses on direct damage. Toss in someone running a support build that boosts shields or drops healing clouds, and suddenly your team feels like it's actually working, not just four people shooting in vaguely the same direction. And if you're playing solo, you'll still get the tools to pull off wild combinations on your own. It's just more fun with a little friendly fire and shouting. That synergy extends beyond combat. Between missions, you regroup in the orbiting dropship, the Roach Motel. It's not just a glorified menu. It's a hangout spot full of minigames, lore, interactable objects, and a surprisingly deep bench of banter with the other crew. And yes, that includes Rochard Cox, the insectoid war vet who might be the only one telling you the truth. Or just the only one drunk enough to say it. The vibe here is loose, a little absurd, and totally necessary. It's your breather between fungal firefights, a chance to tinker with builds, blow off steam, and maybe ask why Saxon still hasn't filed your tax returns from 3 years ago. The writing is sharp, often self-aware, and full of small surprises. The game never takes itself too seriously, but it doesn't phone it in either. There's world building tucked into mission logs, overheard conversations, and even background clutter. The story is always there if you want it, but never shoved in your face. And that's part of Mycopunk's charm. It respects your time. You can dig into the galaxy's mysteries or just enjoy blowing up mushroom monsters with a nail gun that shoots bees. Both approaches are valid. What makes Mycopunk stick isn't just its premise or gunplay or weird upgrades. It's that it knows exactly what kind of game it wants to be. It's fun, it's grimy, it's loud, and it actually has heart. Underneath all the corporate satire, spore-covered robots, and weaponized power tools, there's a core of smart design and satisfying chaos. It's built for replayability, for experimentation, for the kind of emergent moments that only happen when you and your squad pull off something you didn't even plan. In a landscape full of overly polished, overly safe shooters, Mycopunk feels like a risk that pays off. It's not trying to be everything to everyone. It's trying to be your next favorite co-op game. The one you boot up at 2 a.m. because just one more mission turned into 5. The kind of game where you laugh at how bad your build was, and then rebuild it better. And maybe, just maybe, survive long enough to figure out what the hell is really going on with this fungus-infested planet. Until then, keep your circuits dry, aim for the glowing bits, and don't trust anyone named Rochard.
getting a huge dump of something. I'm gonna send this over to the Saxon analysts. For now, find some open air where I can send down the drop pod. I don't like keeping you guys down there. This computer shit can't be right. It says everything with wires kicked the bucket one day. And I mean everything. Toasters, phones, walkies, transmitters, art monitors, all stopped reporting over one singular hour. From the data, it would make more sense if the whole rock got vaporized. But you're on it right now, and it's just overgrown? How in the hell?
Stop it!
Let's get you out of there. Hold your recall button to request the drop pod.
This is neat. Oh, look at this. Worth checking out. This is neat.
Pod's inbound to pull you out. Stick with it a little longer and you'll be home free. Get ready for a big... Get inside and get ready to roll. Bring it back down. Abomination! Oh, one of my chips, abomination, out of your way! Great work as usual. Hold your recall switch when you're ready to call the pod. Send it down to repair, girl. Oh, it's inbound to pull you out. Stick with it a little longer, you'll be home free. Well, shit. I'm sending down to repair, girl. Down the time on the drop pod. Don't get left behind now.